Hey, what's up guys? Today I want to share with you guys a much shorter video than yesterday. Yesterday I shot a boss-ass video. I felt like it was really good. It was like 25 minutes. It was summarizing some of the stuff I'm reading from this book called Spin Selling. Fantastic book. I think what the guy did for us is serving the humanity as a whole. I don't even know his name. I think it's Neil Rackham. Check it out. He's not nearly as famous as he should be. Basically, he took down all the common things that is taught in any sales training the last 60 years and tested them by keeping everything else equal except that exact thing. Closings, how do they work if everything else is equal? Opening calls, all that stuff, right? So anyways, it's a really awesome thing. And I was sharing that. It was a 25-minute video. I was, basically giving my nuggets on that and whatever I'm reading and giving my thoughts on it and how to apply it for SEO. And I uploaded that, or I thought I uploaded, but I uploaded the wrong video. And as I uploaded the wrong video, after that, since I thought it's uploaded, I deleted that video. So I'm not gonna go through and try to do that again because it's freaking a lot of time. So what I'm gonna do is try to share with you guys what I think is the most important thing out of that whole thing. All right, so just one nugget. Now before I get into that, I want to give you guys some advice on how to apply tips on sales a bit, right? Because if you're anything like me, you could go and learn so much about this technique, this, that, and not apply shit. This happens to me my whole time. Even when I was in life insurance, they would teach me so much stuff, right? Like, oh, this is the way, this is the thing you should be doing. This is the closing technique. If they say this, then you should say that. Next time I go, under pressure, since the only time you get to really practice, the only time you're really tested, how well you're improving as a salesman, is when you're under that pressure. I drop the ball. I don't do anything. I just keep doing what I was doing before. So since I know that about myself, since I know I'm not that type of person who can just learn a few things and then apply it the very next time when they're under that pressure, what I try to do is take one thing, very practical. So before I would be doing this. If I was to read a book, I don't know the last time I read a sales book, it's been a while, but I would be doing something like, in my to-do list, write 10 questions you should be asking the prospect during the first call, right? That's like a thing I think that I'm like, I'm gonna get this, 10 questions I want to ask him, and I want to know everything I need to sell him better. Okay. Then nothing gets done. Now what I do after all this time is write down one question, but I don't write down to find that question. I write down the question. So reading the book, close it, bookmark, put aside, pen, paper. What is one question I'm going to ask my prospect the very next time? One question, and I don't do anything else until I find that. If it takes half an hour, I write it and I perfect it. Maybe I rewrite it to make it good, and until I feel like, yeah, that's a good fucking question. The very next call, I'm going to ask that question. Then I put it on the table somewhere. Next time I find myself somewhere with a prospecting call, I know that question is there. We're kind of talking. I realize I should be asking him a few more stuff, and I glance at that. Okay, all right. Then boom. That's how you apply sales. In my advice, right? Because like I said, if you're anything like me, if you're getting so much shit, you're not gonna apply shit. Okay? Having that said, let's get into the one thing that I think most people are not doing, and I definitely was not doing until I'm putting my head down and trying to do it actually at the moment, right? I'm currently working with a guy who's on the edge, and I'm trying to actually work him to see what truly can come out as a client from him, compared to just rushing into it and trying to hard close or some shit like that. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's see, how do I explain this? Yesterday I did a much better job, man. Fuck, I lost that video. But anyways, so this is basically how it goes. We want to make the prospect elaborate on their problem. It's simple as that, right? But as I explain it, you'll realize that nobody does it. What happens is this. As we are talking to prospects, right? And first of all, we're excited that they're interested. They're talking to us finally. Out of the so many people we call, this one is actually on the phone talking. So we're excited. If they admit that they have a problem, which we know we can solve, we in our heads we celebrate, and then we run with it. Okay, next call, and we try to give him some further commitment. Hey, I'm gonna send you a video of how I can solve this stuff, or hey, let's get on the call later on in the evening because you're busy now, so I can show you exactly how we can specialize in this or something like that. And that's what's going on in our head, right? So we're going in that direction, and we don't make them elaborate on that problem. But if they say a problem that we can't solve, then we make them elaborate because we're confused. If they say something like, the last 3 companies I've been with, nobody can do shit. I didn't rank at all whatsoever. It's been like 6 months. True story right now happening with this guy. Been with this company for 6 months, paying him $2,000 a month. Nothing. I checked everything. I can't find anything that they did. Like usually, if they've been with a company, at least I can find what they're attempting to do, but maybe it's just not working. This is one of the rare times I can't find anything they did whatsoever. I don't even know like if they change on page. Like, it's crazy. I don't know how these companies are in business and get these kind of clients. But anyways, going back to that, let's say they're saying like, at this point, I don't know what companies, to go with because, none of them can do what they say. I'm starting to think like the companies that are up there got lucky for some weird thing, but it's not my cup of tea. Something like that, right? In our head, I'm going off the wall. I can do that. I can show you other people in your niche that I ranked and I did the exact thing for. He has a problem. He's admitting it. He's sad about it. I have the solution. I'm so happy. But guess what I do? Casual, normally just go on, talk about other stuff. Oh, okay, no, like I just tell him like, more about me. Like, oh yeah, no, we can do it. I can show you how I did for other people. Let's get on a call this evening. I just keep on telling him the same shit of me. Right? That's one scenario. So hold on to that. Second scenario, if he was to say something that I can't solve, then we elaborate. Then we ask them to elaborate. Let's say another very common thing for contractors right across the board. This is one of the most common things I always hear that they have problems with. One day should be my responsibility to actually find out how to solve this, but not anytime soon because it's offline. Basically, the problem is, good workers are hard to keep. Anytime the worker gets certain amount of training and they're good at their craft and they're actually very good at roofing, they train them, right? They leave and then they start their own thing. And I ask them, oh, why does that happen? Do you qualify them? Why does that happen? Do you try to get them with a contract? Maybe like, that they're gonna be learning from you and they have to stay with you, or at least if they leave, they can start another business in the same area as you or something like that. Is there something you can do? Because I don't know myself. So I'm asking him the questions that he has a problem with. I'm making him elaborate because I'm confused myself. You're supposed to do that same thing over here. Playing that scenario again. He goes. Nobody can rank. I've been with several companies spending so much money. This is not my thing anymore. And it's like, okay, you've been with this company for 6 months and they haven't done anything. Have you kind of tried to ask them seriously, like what's going on? Of course we know they tried to ask him. 6 months, they're spending $2,000 a month. Which is like, did you ask them what's going on? Like, what's up? Why can't they do it? Okay, and then like, yeah, of course I asked him. I called them, they just keep on saying like, oh, hold on, this takes some time, you're gonna be in the top and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay. Well, have you been tracking like if they like, their progression? Like, like if they're at least like moving up towards it? Have you been like tracking that? Maybe he'll be like, well, no, man, I don't know much about this stuff. I've been tracking it, but I told my assistant or whatever. I'm like, okay. Well, have you like put them in some kind of guarantee that in a certain month they're going to at least give you some hard commitment that this many calls are going to be coming in, at least that kind of thing, because $2,000 is a lot of money, like to get nothing out of it. Have you like at least done that? They'll be like, whatever. You see the point? Instead of me going like, yes, I can help you, I do that thing, I'm stepping on their side. What's up? Why did this happen? Have you done your due diligence to find out why this company couldn't do it? Did you try to qualify them properly before? Are they in your niche? Like, do they specialize for roofing? Do they specialize for this? And then like, it's the approach. I made a long time ago like a video about like paper lead, right? Where the approach is the personality of this technique is that time I think it was like how you doing? It's like how it's going. this is how sort of similar. It's kind of like you okay, bro? Like, what's going on? You spent so much money and didn't work out. Why? And you make them elaborate, and they'll get pissed off. They will tell you why, like, how pissed off they are that it didn't work. They've been spending like so much money. That's 12 grand that they just spent and got nothing for it, right? They'll tell you. Now you got them to elaborate on their pain point. So ready, everything's focused on that pinnacle of that thing that we've been waiting for, that they thing that they expected to rank in the top city or something like that. And guess what? Now when you invite them, again, casually, and you show them what you're able to do for other people in the niche, they are much more likely to close. Not only just close, but you can probably price it higher, right? So anyways, guys, I hope I did justice. Yesterday, I felt the energy for the same topic a lot more, but hopefully you got the point though. Make them elaborate on the problem as much as you can by asking questions and stepping on their shoes without being so like, I am the one, I can do it, because they've been hearing that the whole time. That's what the last company said. So, all right. So that being said, just to conclude, keep you guys on the what's going on with me. So this client right now that's the story, and I can close him right now. I already helped him change the passwords for his GoDaddy and his website and stuff for the other company that he's working with, right? Because he's like, yo, can you call my office and get this done? I'm in the field, but I had enough. Like, you sound good at what you do. We gotta talk. But right now, can you just call my office and help them change the passwords? I'm like, sure, I will happily do that. And that's what I did. I went and helped him change the passwords for that. And now, yeah, so it's not a client yet. I just helped them, shut off the other company who's been, torturing them, bullying them. And now I know if I quote the price anywhere around 1,000, it'll close. Pretty sure. But I'm not. I'm making him elaborate a bit more. I'm taking actually the risk. I probably could have tried to close him last week, right? Because that's when I changed the password and stuff. But I'm making it elaborate. I want to see how much more into it I can go before I can quote the price. Because eventually my goal is to get the clients that are, a bit more higher price point, 1,500, 2,000, possibly that price point I was shooting for in January, 2,500 a month, right? Not fixated on it, not never gonna do that thing where I'm like only taking clients for 2,500, especially from the first get-go. But there are clients there are prospects where, set the right way, you should bundle the whole thing together a bit more because they need it. Right? It's not cookie cutter, basically. I dropped my prices down to 1,000, 1,500 now. It's going well. It's much easier to close. Great. But clients like this, people who are not afraid to spend, who already have established business, they have lead generation coming in, they have a brand name for yourself, they can spend 2-3 grand. So instead of just jumping on it and closing them for 1,000, I'm trying to figure out what it takes for these kind of clients to, instead of closing them for 1,000, to close them for 2,000. All right, 2,500. So let's see how that goes. As always, keep you guys updated.